Hi everyone, Eugene here, back again, this time with another woman's perfume. Not giving up on the ladies' perfumes. I do enjoy them, I wear them myself, and I purchase them myself. Anyway, here we've got from Chanel. Like I said in my last video, my next purchase was going to be Gabrielle Chanel, and I've picked it up last night. So this was launched in Canada about 3 weeks ago. I'm sure it's out worldwide. The whole world's gotten a chance to smell it, talk about it, destroy it, cut it up. And I really feel sorry for this poor little perfume. Every blogger, every YouTube reviewer, on Facebook, on Base Notes, everybody seems to be taking a stab at Gabrielle. And I can kind of understand why. It's just really not what us perfumistas expect from, a leader in perfuming, like from a house like Chanel. But on the other side, regular consumers, shoppers, just people that want to smell good, are buying this stuff up by the truckloads, according to the sales assistant that I spoke to. So people are really happy with this. So I picked up my bottle last night, and I kind of, speaking to the sales assistant, I asked her again. I keep asking if any guys are buying this. She said, well, one guy bought it for himself. Another guy was kind of interested in it until he found out the price, and then he just kind of scrammed and, kind of hit me that women always seem to be paying more for perfume than men, even though men are now getting perfume in eau de parfum concentrations. They're still a lot cheaper than women's EDPs. So like a Bleu de Chanel and EDP is about $50 cheaper in the same quantity as this newest release by Chanel. Anyway, I got a couple of freebies here. I'm going to do an unboxing. I got some gifts with my purchase. Got some lovely sales assistants that I always deal with. I kind of always try and stick to the same sales assistant, that way we get to know each other, and they always throw in a couple of goodies for me. So I did get, this is really interesting, she kind of opened this up for me yesterday, and it's kind of like a charm or a bracelet, and it comes in the same packaging as the actual bottle, and the bracelet just says Gabby Chanel on it. So I'll give you guys a look at this. It just comes in this white little tissue. She says people are going crazy for these bracelets, and they kind of gotta hide them. Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna show this to you. So it's just kind of, it says Gabrielle on it with a little gold medallion. Not sure if you can see that there. So pretty cool, something that I think I had as a child or a baby, and sometimes I see these on babies. Also in the packaging came a Gabrielle sample. I did get a couple more samples here. I got two more samples of Gabrielle. I got a sample of number 5 Low, and also got a sample of Creed's newest Viking. I kind of got to smell this in the store yesterday, and I'm not really sure what to think. I smelt it briefly, and it wasn't very memorable, but I'll definitely give it a shot. Okay, so, I've got one more thing. I've got a mini here. Again, comes in this rose gold box, same packaging as the perfume comes in. So this is a 5 ml mini, and it's like exactly a mini. Also comes in, this cardboard, I think they call it corrugated holder here. The same one that the bottle comes in, and there is the mini. It's so small. Mini. Okay. So that's a 5 ml mini. I love getting those. So I love buying stuff at Chanel. They always take their time packaging. Love watching them gift wrap. I love, ripping into the gift wrap when I get home. It's always a treat to open the new Chanel. So I thought I'd share this with you. So check this out. Really lovely gift wrapping, as always, from Chanel. Okay, here we go. Nice, beautiful, clean, minimalistic box here. Rose gold color. Black lettering. I kind of had issues with this bottle when I first saw pictures of it online. To me, it looked cheap. It looked like really thin glass. It kind of looked, weightless, like it had no density to it or weight or heft. The cap was small. And I even thought the same thing like when I was able to pick it up, for the first time. But I've kind of been going into the shop quite often and looking at it, and it's really grown on me. Okay, here we got, the same thing as that mini. We got this nice holder here. And there is the bottle. So my mind's definitely changed on the bottle. I've really come to appreciate it. I actually think it's just gorgeous. It's taken them apparently years and years to develop this. 5 years to create this bottle, or it's just been in production. A lot of talk about, the sales assistants kind of been explaining to me how all the sides are really flat, and the inside of the bottle is pushed in, and that's all to get, the glass is really thin, but it's really strong, and it's just as shatterproof as any other bottle. It's kind of been designed that way, and it's all really to let as much light in the bottle as possible. Thereby showing off the juice. Like if you look at some of these other bottles, the bottom of them, they're all kind of like pushed in. They're not flat. They're concave, right? If I put this up against there, you'll be able to see it. But this bottle here is really, really flat. Like, it's completely flat. It's square. Whereas this one, it's kind of got this concave going here, concave. And I really don't know what the big deal is about that, but I mean, Chanel's really making, they're really trying to point it out. I think it is pretty nonetheless. Gold labeling, gold cap. Just a really pretty bottle. You got the CC there, right at the top. So that's really pretty. CC, love the logos. There's another CC in there. There's no CC on top of the sprayer. There's actually no information on here whatsoever. There's a batch code on the back, 1604. Oh, I see a little bit of information on the back of the sticker here. We'll see if we can have a look there. Probably not going to pick that up, but it says Eau de Parfum, made in France, Chanel, Gabrielle, 100 ml, 3.4 fluid ounces. Okay, let's spray a little bit of this on. I have been wearing this quite a bit. I've gone through, we've got here 1, 2, 3 samples I've got, all about 1.5 ml. I think I had one more, I left it at work. So the opening, it opens up kind of, it's really sharp, quite powdery, and to me this is a very golden perfume. I can pick up the citrus, and there's a black currant note in here. And something really bothers me right in the opening that I don't like, and even from the first time I've smelt this, I did not like the opening, and ever since then it's just kind of thrown me off. One of the boutiques here in Toronto had a tester about 3 weeks before launch, and I got to smell it. And after smelling it, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It actually turned me off, and I was like, you know, I just saved $200 because I'm not buying it. So launch came and it passed. I didn't even go smell it again for a while. I didn't even go to the launch. I didn't care. I was like, no, not buying it. I'm over it. And I eventually got a sample. Wore it a couple times. I was like, okay, this isn't so bad. You know, this is kind of interesting. It's nice, but you know, it's nothing groundbreaking or earth-shattering or any of that. And that sort of thing. But you know, little by little, I did kind of start to appreciate it. And I know on my channel, I've kind of like said that I didn't like it and I didn't appreciate it, and it was kind of screechy. I do still kind of find the opening a little bit screechy, more so than I'd like for it to be. I think part of that is like the white florals, the black currant note. It might be a little bit synthetic, it might be bad skin chemistry, I'm not sure what it is, but the opening really bothers me. The dry down and the mid of this, I really like it. A favorite part is the dry down. So in the mid, you kind of got your florals, and what Chanel tried to do here is create their own flower through the use of orange blossom, ylang, tuberose, and jasmine. And I can't say I can pick up like one dominant flower. Maybe orange blossom a little bit more than the others. I also feel like there's a peach note in here. It is quite fruity. They say there's grapefruit, black currant. I don't know if it'd be so much fruity, but I'm thinking that's why I get a peach. I get peach kind of right, you know, right from the opening through down to the dry down. You kind of get all those notes. You get all the notes from the opening right down through the end. So it's black currant, grapefruit, the 4 florals, and in the dry down you have musk and sandalwood. And in the dry down, it's really, really soft. And you know, if I don't apply enough, I'm not even going to be able to smell myself. So I gotta really lather this on. And in the dry down, it's really hazy, and it's almost like it changes quite a bit from the opening to the close. The opening's really, really sharp, and you know, in the dry down, if you get that far, it's kind of powdery. It's hazy, almost just like a cloud dispersing. And that's where I found a lot of the nuances from those florals are coming out. Pick up the florals the most in the dry down. Like from the orange blossom, I'll pick up, you know, the clean musk, that detergent clean note. It does have this really musky detergent note that gives it this cleanliness. You know, the tuberose gives it a little bit of creaminess. The ylang will give it a little bit of greenness. What other floral? Jasmine. I'm not sure what the jasmine does for this. Also, I get quite a bit of citrus. Like, you know, there's citrus from the beginning right down to the dry down. The citrus kind of, to me, there's also some wood, but it's a very soft and elegant wood. And it's almost like you had chopped down the tree or something, or there was a log of wood sitting there, and somebody was chopping citrus or grapefruit on top of that log of wood, and the sun was just beating down on this all day long, and you just happened to be walking by. It's not like you put your nose right to the piece of wood in the citrus, but you just kind of walk by and get a hint of, you know, that citrus and soft woods. I also gotta say, this fragrance reminds me of the sun. It's very sunny. It's like it's like grapefruit with sun bursting down on top of them, or peaches sitting in the sun. I see back to those peaches. I get a lot of peach from this. And also, you know, the citrus, sunny, it's very sunny. The opening is quite sparkly. It's refreshing. It's got this, doesn't have aldehydes, but it's got almost like this champagne sparkle to it. And maybe that's just kind of Chanel's way to capture these young people who this is marketed for. You know, they give them a little bit of sparkle now, some champagne sparkle, and later when they smell number 5 or something aldehydic, they can almost see some resemblance. And it's just kind of their way to lure them in. So that's pretty much what it smells like to me. As far as performance, This is very subtle and it's very classy, and it's not a huge performer, but it does last quite a long time on me. And if I spray enough on, it'll last me throughout a whole work day, you know, 8-10 hours easily. If I just give it a couple of spritzes, I'll get maybe 6 hours, and I'll just go and reapply it again. So yeah, not a beast by any chance as far as performance goes. Now this is it's just kind of come out, and I'm predicting that, you know, in a year's time there's going to be quite possibly several brands copying this perfume, just kind of like what happened with Bleu de Chanel. When Bleu de Chanel came out, it was kind of the same feedback that perfume enthusiasts, you know, said about Bleu. It's boring, it's generic, it's not anything special, it's not worthy of the Chanel name. But if you look now, how many brands have copied and knocked off Bleu's formula? You have, you know, bestsellers Sauvage, you have the Dylan Bleu, you have stuff from Ferragamo, from, I don't even know because it's not really my genre, but there's just several, or maybe even dozens that have copied. You know, they've got a blue theme going on. So I'm predicting a lot of copycats for Gabrielle in the future. Even though it's not groundbreaking, it's not very complex. To me, it's gorgeous. I think it's absolutely stunning. You know, besides that opening, which I really don't like, I still kind of like, I don't want to say it smells cheap or anything, because it is Chanel. Chanel never really makes anything cheap. Maybe, let's just call it skin chemistry, but I find it really lovely. I love wearing it. I love the middle notes. I love the base notes. I love the way it wears off of my skin. It's clean. It is a little bit femme, so I'd warn you guys out there, if you haven't smelled it, you know, to test it first, because you might feel a little bit uncomfortable. I feel a little bit uncomfortable the first couple minutes when I spray this on, especially if I spray it on at work. But other than that, you know, I really enjoy it, and I don't mind if somebody does smell it on me. I've worn it to work. Oh man, like I've had 3 samples already. Nobody's ever commented on the gender of this perfume, so for me it's not an issue at all. So anyway, that's been my unboxing of Gabrielle Chanel. I want to thank you all for watching. If you have any comments, let me know what you think about Gabrielle Chanel. Is it worthy the Chanel name? Whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.